Are we live? With 1 minute to spare. Metaphysical light a little sage. Clear the energy before we. How is everyone? Thank you for coming and visiting. Whenever you happen to appear, it's the right time. So all morning I've been, I don't know, I've just shuffled here and there, but like three or four different decks. I pulled slow and steady. Got a nice smudge going here. I got Tool playing in the background, hence the title. Hammer time. It's hammer time. Got all my cards over here too, and a bunch of books. I don't know what we're gonna play with. I'm just gonna allow, the channeling to come in. I'm gonna allow the current to clear and see what we got here. I had a rough night. I don't know how this whole weekend was pretty jagged. It was beautiful and then right like beautifully crazy. I don't know. Anyway, I really don't have a clue. I don't pretend to know. A lot of times it's just like spirit chats through me, comes right through me, and sometimes I question things and then, people's reactions say quite a lot. Energy never lies, but people do. And when we are in a state, right, a state of mind, a state of consciousness, a state of being and fear, we tend to do some stupid shit or react, right? And we all do it. So it's like I ain't mad at like shit like that. Uh I more get hurt and um it's just like that shake my head energy. It's like why? And a reason why either, or all the details. Um I just know when I'm feeling hurt, right? And as a empath, um, not I don't we don't just out of we pretty much replicate and copy everybody's energy. So we're taking in, we feel what everybody feels, and for the most part, not everybody, because there's some beings, right, that I want to say something about that. That could sometimes be what beings call, what we call, right, in the psychological terms, the narcissist, right? But it's a lack of communication and understanding, right, of the magnetism and the different um right, there's so many variables that go on, right? The universe is inside of you. So um and which are also right in the metaphysical world and etc. Those are atoms and our eves, right? Atoms are linear masculinity, right? Right, comprehending and understanding and directing. So it's more the push, the Mars energy, the force. And then a lot of us as empaths are the receiving magnet. So we receive a lot of right bullshit, take on a lot of other beings and other energies that don't belong to us, and that can get very confusing. So if you're a sensitive or an empath, a receiver, a receiving magnet. Magnets either repel or right, or things are attracted to them, right? High magnetism. which feel muddy. And, you know, there's a lot of bodies of water. So when we get them all mixed up, right, we got pollution. And really, that's it. And people can keep talking till they're gray, blue, purple, whatever color you want in the face. It's like, hold on a second. Are you in your waters? And did you, like, wait a second. Everybody's just jumping around in each other's like jello. And then we have all this stuff. Oh, that's so weird. As I'm doing my message, it interrupted, and I have a weird call from the United States. Call from. Well, I'm not going to answer that now, am I? So I apologize. United States. I did write, though, in the bottom of the details, right? It's just us. So you're more than welcome to tune in. You know, they are anyway. There ain't no, my only goal is for everybody to succeed, right? Like, as a mother, as a mama, as a big mama, why would we want to see any of our children fail? That's why it's different when we're parentals, but then that also leaves us in a position, right? It's like a lonely place, because then when do we get to be, just us without having to have the parent, right? Dictator, presidential, like, right? This goes out to anybody that holds any of these roles, which is all of us, right? We're all at the, I also wrote, right? When the student is ready, the teacher, and we're always a student. Right. So we're all keys to one another. And when we're present in our now moment, I want to talk about time too, right? The time is always now. So we can wander into tomorrow or yesterday or yesteryear, right? And when others are, there's a difference, right, between, right, the wolf in sheep's clothing thing. When someone's being authentic and sincere, and when somebody's just, right, whispering sweet nothings into our ear and breadcrumbing us and just giving us a little bit and then taking a whole lot and then running back and forth and then just hanging around like an elephant in the room and then like unsure and up and down and all around. It's like, wait, hold on a second. Well, what's going on here? This is shit that needs to be, right, acknowledged, not so, right, this is where like a lot of well, I guess the second wave really, right, the VVVVVVs, boom words, has really just darkening the soul and evolution and upgrading of our DNA. And it's messy, you know, but you got to be patient with yourself. And the biggest goal here is to love thyself, no matter what. We all come from love. No, I mean, even if, say, these other beings that are like doing all this black magic and making all these contracts and deals and have done all this, right, dirty shit, why? Because they're so what? I mean, like a psychopath, right, has no conscience, but why? Isn't there some radio frequencies that still aren't online? Right. So coming from the perspective, right, scientifically and as a mother and as a great old ancient soul, however we want to call it, right? And if you are or not, if you're an ancient soul, if you feel kind of like, what the fuck am I doing here? I like it here and I like people and I'm it's but huh? you know, you an old soul, and you forget who the fuck you are. Right? We're all gods and goddesses with amnesia. and all babies. And we were all, you know, born. Our origin of our consciousness was all born at a different place and time. So finding your roots and where yours is, right? Not mine, is super important. Actually, I got to take them off, right? I could put makeup on and look pretty and dress up to go out for a night, but you know, the makeup only lasts for so long. It's like Cinderella, you know? Anything is only a temporary, right? Especially if we go to get it, like, you know, out of fear. We make a deal, right? Um, which again, we beat ourselves up the best at it, everybody. So this is like I'm having a hard time too. I'm gonna just be real honest because there's a lot of raw emotions coming up and around with our energy that I don't really appreciate. You know, if, as far as being grateful, I am. And I'm grateful for that too, because sometimes we have to get real hooked up. We got to get real uncomfortable in order to move. And death is letting us know that. And when we have death pop up, that just means, right, the ending of something. So, right, it's the end of the world as we know it. So it's scary, right? Sailing to the edge of the earth, the world. Um, and the earth and the world are two contains our thoughts and our feelings. This smoke that rises, that's like, right, you know, our thoughts and our feelings that create conscious bubbles, right? Atmospheres, different levels of bubbles, waters. Oh, we got, well, we got, we got healing energy and omens. So that you're seeing, right? There's an eagle or an owl in the moonlight, right? Where that candle's being lit up. Healing energy. So yeah, and death again is scary. You know, when a baby's being born, it's dying. The cord gets right cut when the baby's born. The umbilical cord, like Alice in Wonderland. Here, we got my Alice in Wonderland cards here too. All right, Alice from Umbraland. So I guess it's about to get wacky because we absolutely in Wonderland. It's like, what's this? Emotional release. Yeah, that's what's up. It looked at that prayer next to the lotus. And think of your beautiful mind as this beautiful lotus flower. There's 144,000 petals to, right, like consciousnesses in Christ consciousness, which is also what they're calling the corona, right? Your crown chakra and your solar plexus. And your mind makes the material world, the consciousness perception. How do you get from zero? There's a zero before a one, babies. You know, that's all I'm saying. It's like just take a second to right retreat. You got to go inside of self. You know, because a lot of, I'm going to say my masculines are like really banging their heads against the wall. And they're, listen, you keep feeling like you're not good enough. Joy, you're fucking amazing. You need to slow. Oh, that's why. Slow down. What does this say? Movement into balance. Oh, I wrote that in the description too. I love you, Spirit. What we got? Honoring your energy. That's rising the divine feminine within self. Guys, people do. Integration. And we don't always do it because we're like such big jerks. A lot of time it's because we don't want to hurt somebody else, right? People don't want to like, so they feel that they have to hide who they are. It's all good, which is right, something to be grateful for, because some things, duality, would wreck us if we learned them or found them out in other ways or too quickly, or right, that's like rape. So of souls, easy does it. Again, slow and steady. Lionsgate portal, which it's been, it's like a full moon. It lasts all week. It lasts, the energy lasts and lingers. Like some of our like what is it? Gases, our gases, they linger. Do you have to let it linger? So hi to all my like newbies and familiars, and we really are all one, and there's so much to learn. We're always learning. Two of Wands, Alice. Right? It's like, ugh. Which way do we go? Or do we just right? Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So sometimes being that middle pillar in between the two choices is all we have to be until we, right, release that energy. Reunion of release. Yeah, it's at the bottom. That's what I thought. Right. So just change the lighting a little more here. That's a little better, eh? So let's see what else we got in the Land of Wonderland deck of tarot here. Do you want to see me shuffle? I don't know. Do you care? Shuffle. I'm trying to say you can see what we're doing here. What we got, Spirit? What do we need to see? What do we need to take a look-see at? Oh, yeah. Well, that's flopping. Flipped out. Five of Wands. Yes. So see that beast energy is a lot of turmoil. I mean, I don't know if you guys are all feeling that. It's like, yeah, I've been all weekend. I kept trying to have energy and like, yeah, dizzy, shaking. It's like the center of the earth or moon. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Temperance. So yeah, we're really, this is master twin flame comfortable positions to be in. It's not easy here shuffling, but it's hard with the lighting here. It's messing me up. Wonder if I should flip the fucking camera. Oh, we got jumpers. Hold up. Who's wanting to come? Oh, Four of Swords. And yeah, right, divine masculine could get, okay, real frustrated, myself included, because you could be a divine masculine in a female body and vice versa. You could be carrying more the divine feminine if you're a male, especially if you're old soul. We came here to experience the other half, right? two souls or more in one body. So it's like having your soul and half your body and then allowing other souls to pass through, right? So it can get messy. And that's why too they talk in the Bible about like Mary being possessed by right demons or whatever have you. But what year did she keep getting like injected them? They keep passing them to her. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Cups. This always reminds me of my Nana, who's no longer physically here, but she is super Ursa Bear. I'd be the little dipper any day. Dippy dip 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 dipsy doodle. And Queen of Cups, and see she's standing there. It's like the waves, there's some clouds behind her, but she's just focusing on her cup. And it's like, right again, that serenity prayer. It's like unfortunately, we just have to kind of wait, right? We have to just wait sometimes, be that third pillar and allow, right? The art of letting go is a tricky one. We really have to look at ourselves. And because a lot of time we're fighting our own emotions and thoughts and feelings, right? It's like something triggers us and then we're like, we're mad at, say, right, the knight, but he ain't quite a king yet. He's just still when we start to crack, right, with that hammer, tink tink tink, or right, when our that's the matrix breaking down. Our belief system was 11 um, 11 when our matrix, our belief system starts to fracture, right? That's a very scary thing, which is where we're at in the whole world right now. Everybody's scared. With all rightfully so, right? Like we don't, when we're used to being able to take care of certain things, and then all of a sudden, right, we're holding on to something and it's like holding on to sand and water, and it's just right, money, our lives, what we used to think, maybe our family, how we used to see ourselves. We may have gotten in an accident, and I just met a beautiful, awesome, amazing woman the other day. And her name was Athena, Princess Wisdom. And she, poor thing, had a stroke. However, right, a lot of people are having things like that, of that nature, right, in order to come to the other side. So as scary as like that was, she amazing, just like an Athena would, pushed through, got, therapy and what have you. And she said she didn't even used to be able to draw a stick figure before. And she was a lot more, probably, I don't know if it was corporate or more, mentally, like more into the mental, right? So now part of her brain, right, is clogged up. So the brain found a new route. Amazing artwork, seriously. I was like, what? She made these beautiful wooden boxes out of all these different woods, and makes beauty out of, we'll say, right, one man's junk is another man's treasure. She made these beautiful flowers out of fucking aluminum beer cans. You couldn't even tell. I was like, wait, what? You didn't even know they were beer cans. I'm like, amazing. Talk about amazing grace. So sometimes when something really shitty and scary happens to us, a whole new world, right? A whole new world opens up. And we find these treasures within ourselves that either we forgot we had, or they've been hidden away for so long. And we've been running around outside our bodies looking elsewhere for all this temporary feelings of, right? It's like getting high, drinking the Kool-Aid. right? Whether it's pussy, whether it's drugs, whether it's drinking, whether it's control, right? False control because we're in fear, or because we've had to, right, be in the position of guiding others. So it's like, oh, we're, you're the teacher, fun, but you still have to, right, chaperone. So you don't really feel like you have, the ability to actually let loose. So some people because it's like I love to have fun and what have you, but I can clam up and I'm also very inverted. Like I like to pop out and be around, but I'm a very big hermit. I love to be alone. And I don't like to be around other energies that disrupt my energy, right? It's like then it's like I'm wearing your clothes and I don't, if I felt good and then you come around me and now I start to, but I'm not liking how I'm feeling right now. And then once you depart from my space, my sacred energy and my waters and my space, I have a lot of work I have to do to then clean you out of my waters and my fields. That doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means you left like an oil slick in my waters, right? It's like you left remnants of yourself all in my water or in my fields. And then when I'm like, hey, I've, then it's like we passively aggressively drop hints and say stuff. And then if we're not respected and you're taking our kindness for weakness, well, us empaths get really pissed the fuck off. And we have every right to defend our waters and our living waters and our bodies of waters and our land and our peace of mind, etc. And when we say, please stop, and then we get told, well, that we didn't get touched physically. No, you actually jumped seriously right into our bodies. And then it's like Whoopi Goldberg in the movie Ghost. Okay. So when we're around other energies, that's right. Cause it's like a push and put magnetism. So our energy gets exerted because we have to feel everything you guys are feeling. And then if you guys don't want to take a look at that, right, we have to regardless take a look at that and then take a look at, well, within ourselves. It's like, okay, well, how do I do that too? So we flip flop, we put ourselves in the other person's shoes because we already have to feel it. So then we see usually a kinder, gentler way, or that you don't have to feel that way. It's like, well, hey, right, there's this other pair of shoes you can wear, or take your shoes off, babe. Those shoes are, suffocating your soul, your feet, right? Like Cinderella stepsisters always wanting to shove those, wrong size feet in somebody. She finds any way to look nice, they rip everything off of her, right? And make fun of her. And so as now what we're all dealing with now. I mean, to get real. Along with the Wicked Witch on the other side of the mirror, paying a huntsman to, steal Snow White's heart and Tangled, Rapunzel, 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 let down your hair, like Thor's wife. And the hair, right, is the RNA, the mitochondria that creates the DNA that we call, right, human DNA. And then Rh negative, I believe it's like after it's stripped, right? So, and again, in an antimatter zone. So everything, right? Also getting into the science part of that, then it's like, right, knowledge is power. And then having a knowing that, right, we can't avoid the negative. We can't pretend negative and then antimatter isn't there. Like, no, well, and not everybody has to go as deep as I do, or as like some of us have, that's why we are in the position we are. And also coming out of that, with all due respect, it's like, right, coming out of amnesia. So we're not ourselves and we're still waking up, all of us. So sometimes we feel okay, and sometimes, right, the bitter waters of wormwood are arising within us, and that's just a new element or something, right? Anew that can be very uncomfortable. So as it is entering or opening, blossoming, right? We go through, right? I'm looking at my book here, evolution. Evolution. We're going through metamorphosis, right? Change. This is evolution deceit, the scientific collapse of Darwinism and its ideological background. Well, I don't know about that. I'm gonna say like, yeah. Also, I mean, I didn't even read this book yet, but I peeked in it, but I haven't thoroughly read it to speak on it in an intelligent manner. So I'm not gonna do so. However, evolution, spiritualism, esoteric, right? Everything has its place. We're just melding it all together in the big soup pot of America and all nations. And a lot of us decided to, right, say, come into America in order to, bring down, it's like we had awareness that we had to get dirty because nobody else wants to get dirty and jump down into the sewer, right? So some of us chose to, right, of Saturn. And don't get confused with, right, the mind and consciousness that was created of the triple dark goddess mother. And then, right, then we start to create, then right, then with the earthly body, Gaia, not our physical human body yet. Right? It's like in the ether before the planet was formed. There's like all this chaos, right? Stars flying all over the place, right? And how does star get created? Right? Let there be light. Right? You had an idea, or we recognize oneself in the ether before we have an idea. We have to recognize oneself. Is anything floating in no thing before we decide to make right? So we don't like, and then it's like, oh wait, what day is it? Or wait, what do I gotta get up? Or oh, what? And then we move. Then we have movement, right? So was your first movement forward, back, left, right? Did you look up, down, left, right? Which direction did you look when you recognized yourself in the middle of no thing? Did you get there yet? Because if you didn't get there yet, you still gotta go deep diving into the blackness, into your moon. It's 11:22, right? So in order to, right, and lotuses are birthed in the deep, murky waters of the pond. They have to find their way up through, they grow up through the water, right? So there's plants that grow in the water. There's plants that grow in the soil. Now, what's the soil? The mineral, the sheet, manure, man's manure, right? Man came from the manure. Hold on, wait a minute. It gets tricky. There's 3 suns, right? There's actually 4. The black hole sun too, right? So, but the blackness creates movement and the light, right? Movement through the black seas, right? And then creates a magnet, whether positive or negative. Okay, so this is from the dark mother goddess, right? So first, right, come from no thing, then realization of something, like, huh? And then do you look up or down or left or right? Right? That's our eye of Horus, or our first eye, right? The one that is not physical, the pineal. the one in between your two physical eyes, right? Your cyclops eye. Going back to the shit, what's a cyclops? Right? Also, horses, right? Click, clop. Whore. Horus, horses, whores, hours. You got to really play with the words. Please don't take the words I'm using offensively. And if you do, yo, it's cool. Just like, yeah, allow a little more to what happened to my music. Allow a little more to, become fruitful. Allow a few more seeds to bloom. Or just let it be. And by letting it be, you're allowing it to bloom into whatever it's going to, too, instead of sitting there pondering over it, like freaking out. The more you speak over it, whoa, careful, man, right? Word. The word was with God, and God is the word. Word. So the words you think, speak, and create within you is where your dark goddess mother is, too. Right? Way within the deep center of you, where it's very dark, where no one can see. The unseen. Gnostics. We Gnostics. Cool. I might actually have my other book. Maybe we'll open that and read a passage. So, hello. I don't know. Just keep swimming. Starseeds. I got Alice over there. Let's pull a crystal. I'll bring it back over here so we can shuffle in the view of the flint. You see? That's a number 2. Yabba dabba do. Ready, Flintstone. I could put outside. 45. Rhodochrosite. Which I ain't whining. It's okay. We all have to have experience so we know what another feels like. I've had that kind of abandoned feeling my whole life. Like I've always had to be alone. Amazing people. Sorry, this was on the floor. 10 of Wands. Bam, bam, bam. Rage Against the Machine song in the background. Bam, 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 bam. Purpurite. I love this stone. Oh, that's see good. 44. Shut the door. Bam, 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 bam. 7. Carnelian. 8. Garnet. Hiding there. And Golden Healer, number 27. Oh, yeah. And I didn't really realize that. Thank you, Uriel. He mentioned the other day. See, that's why it's so important we listen to one another. Because it's like the M&M commercial. They don't exist. It makes me laugh a lot. I listen and I'm like, oh, yeah. Not like that. I'm not saying it in a mean way. No attacking. Just, right? Like that, because I'm dealing with it on a personal level here too, like being told about like, oh, how whatever about fairy tales. It's like, motherfucker, my whole life has been one big fucking Grimm's fairy tale, and the fairy tales of the princesses, and like literally. So don't tell me that shit ain't real. That's how that's right. Imagination is your identity. So how were we created? How do you get from 0 to 1? Now you do what they told you. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it up a minute. It's such a good song. Anybody forget who they are and just doing what they're told now? Can you relate? Ocean died, Hold the light. Get your molds of light. 34. And your molds of light. Now look. And your Labradorite. Number 20. The same that burn crosses. And we got Peridot. And we in August, ain't we? That's the birthy stone for August. Augustus. And number 14. Where is Osiris? Crosses. Oh, aquamarine. Number 16. Mermaidia. Now you do what they told you. You guys know this song? Is Rage Against the Machine. Killing in the name of. And now what Jesus said, many are coming in my name was written. Right? They use, manipulate. Right? It's like grabbing the wheel while someone else is driving. Or directing the car in a different direction than it's supposed to go. Or ripping a plant out of the ground by its roots after that seed grew and got. We're supposed to only pick our ripe fruit off of our trees. I do believe. I do love me some seeds. Yeah. Then I'll be total devil's advocate because, like, I eat meat too, still sometimes, because I can't really answer specifically why, other than I have, like, Nordic Viking and, Jupiterian Europa. Gee, where do people consider New England? Around, right? Like 3-card Monty, but like right on a grander scale. It's like somebody's big cloud hand going down into your head, into your chimney, or up your what? Pardon the lingo. I'm not going to be politically correct. Sorry, just to appease you if you don't like that. Choo choo. Love you. But sometimes some nasty words are going to come flying out my mouth, and I'm not going to necessarily apologize because it is what it is. And not because real clear clarify that, so I don't have to continue to apologize over and over. That's why I say to please always take what resonates and leave the rest. Because some shit's gonna just trigger you. And that's part of what Luciferians do. It's like you're getting zapped with a little, like, right? So if it ever becomes too much, that's why, right, when the student is ready, the teacher appear. There's a pause button, or sometimes, a little is enough. So you don't have to listen to the whole video, or you don't have to eat it all at once, right? With anything, or anyone, or any place, or anybody, or whatever. Right? This is where we're all learning to, like, sometimes just say no, and also not hold on to the guilt, and then also create a safe boundary and a distance, like bloop, in between, say, the other party, if their intention, right, is of not goodwill, especially just in that moment of time. It's not like, oh, forever you're fucking blah. It's like, at AA, it's like, yo, doors are always open. Even if you drank that day, you could show up at a fucking AA meeting. It's like you're willing to, so you come in there stumbling, you're willing, and as people that are, trying to be right, so-called right, sober. Sorry, I'm using that word lightly. Spirit is having me like, right, hang that dirty laundry out on the fucking line. Goats. And unfortunately, with anything, you have to use discernment, because there's, everybody has good intention, and we can all get attached to one another or comfortable. And especially as high vibing beings, people like to be around us because we make them feel better. But then it's like then we're carrying an orangutan on our shoulder, be given a piggyback ride. Sometimes it's like, great, hey, we need to, right, rest. Or a lot of us are like bears or other animals, right, that hibernate, right? Astacius, Anunnaki, bears, salmon swim upstream. Some, like 40,000 species of salmon. I say that all the time, or 400,000 or some crazy shit. These wisdom cards are looking at me in my eyeball. I love these. They're wisdom of the house of night. What you got to say? You were looking at me. They were like, hey, 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 like little fairies. So energy will kind of do that, right? When energy's talking to you, it's like, kind of like a little, right? It's complicated. Number 11. Now, this made me think of the mirror, how I just said. So we're another too. Like, whatever's disturbing us about somebody else is part of us too. Which can be real hard to swallow sometimes. But sometimes it's not the way we think either. So it depends. But sometimes it's just that we need to recognize the polar opposite of such nature in order to bring that. Summon. Okay, so here's a little bit of a different energy. So now when motherfuckers keep, right, using words and energy and summoning other energies, that's like, again, you're tugging and pulling, like, right, like being a fisherman. So you got your fishing line out, you caught a fish, and now you're tugging and ripping something out. This goes into necromancy. This goes into just, sometimes you think you're just doing a simple little ha 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 magic spell. Okay, listen, watch the movie Craft. That shit's, your word is God and God is the word. So if you're using words and, only think of, you and all this other stuff, listen, I'm gonna give you like a warning as a mama, okay? And there's a lot of ancients and elders watching, and their energy is with me right now, right in this now moment, to let the fuck go and walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, when there's cameras everywhere, or like when a teacher or like a shop, we leave a door open so we see who's coming in to take our books or recipes and our families and bloodlines, etc. Like those things, it's like, so when things are left, because this is a big treasure hunt too, right? Scavenger hunt, hero's journey. There's many different, right, games. Everybody wanted to play a game with Father Universe, right? It's like war games. Everybody want to play a game. But at some point, right, once somebody gets hurt, right, it's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye, right? So, well, someone lost, so that means that there's pieces missing. And if somebody has something, right, decided to take something that didn't belong to them, oh, look at, see that? Belonging, house of night. Okay, to something, somebody, someplace else. Okay. Well, now, oh boy, see, fragment. Okay. So where there's a missing piece, where also there's a lot of, let me say some understanding, because a lot of us decide, like a stained glass window, agreed to be fragmented, right, to have an experience. If we stayed whole and omnipotent and know everything, there's no places to move. We're a stone, right? There's nowhere to move. I don't want to know everything. Or say I do. Individuality of a we're all part of the whole. But then we all have, that's why we all have free will, right? Listening. Oh, and then there's like a little mini message. Oh, you're a little cutie, dooty, dooty, magician, girly, girly, looty. Wait, what is it? Oh, witchy witch. And now, right, having understanding of energy and all that is good. And it's not like you're not going to like do things and make mistakes to see if things work. But we're just bouncing. We're going through it that where it resonates, and right, we want to all clean out our stuff. I'm going to say it out loud again. I have to clean my room. I have to clean my shit up. I have a lot of shit I have to go through. I've just been so fucking exhausted. Every time I try to do, I'm like, I keep trying. I'm working out, and you know, physically, because I've been fragmented, floating around like a ghost in the ether for so long. Even though I'm walking around here, right, with 2 legs and 2 arms presently, it's like I'm like half here, half not. Oh my goodness. So as we, I will say too, it gets tricky. Twin flame stuff and all this other, it's like, because we're going back and forth between the mirror and yin and yang and the magnets, and you go down, you get dirty, you gotta get cleaned off. We go through like an emotional upheaval, a spiritual fucking right upgrade. Then we, you know, there mental fucking collapse, right? Get do not get over this paralysis. I don't know why I wrote over. Oh, I probably wrote stuff on the other side. I'm like, why did I write over? But anyway, it's listening. Our candle about to go out. Oh, oh. And do you know, can you see it's still a little red? Oh, got Pantera playing in the background now. I need my metal head. Okay. What does this say? Does not always. Oh, darkness does not always have. Ugh, a little blurry. Says darkness does not does not always equate to evil. Light does not always bring good. They're just about to go out. Belong. You can't be something you're not. 11:44. Stay away from me. Do you know this song? No one respect. Walk. What did you say? This Pantera. Respect. Good, like, yeah, song. Are you talking to me? Wow. What did you say? Alright, so we practice forgiveness, but we take no shit. No with funk for to uh, meditation. I well, hey, yeah, I actually am able to meditate with my metal on. It's a state of mind. Denial. There's that 14 again. 3.14 equals pi. 1 4. Illusion. Chapter 1. The end. 12. 12 disciples. There could be two, and then 10 little piggies, right? Like the little lady who lived in the shoe. Spiritual warriors. Spiritual gangsters. You know what to do. Respect. Respect yourself. God wants you to be you, right? We're just being birthed. There really is a lot of patience, yo. Okay, if you're coming from binary star system, you could be, again, that's what I was talking about before. Wait, I'm going to go back to that because that was really important. I'm so grateful. Oh, I have goosebumps. Can I have goosey bumpies? Can you see the hair? Yeah. Right. That's a super spirit. Uriel. Archangel Uriel. He keeps saying, ain't nobody else saying. There's a few of us. There's a few of us, baby. There's a few of us. We just don't always, we aren't always able to, know, come out. Or depending on what vibration we're in, right? Because there's, again, right, yeah, individuality. There's many. This is where chaos, chaos, AD. No, there's a goddess, IS, also an asteroid, but everything was birthed. Um, rigid, ribbon. And yeah, Saturn can be right, but the get caught up in OPP. Yeah, you know me. Complicated. That was actually perfect to come back out. I mean, I just shuffled. This just popped back out again. This is the first card that came out before. To Chiron, the wounded healer. This, and if I'm not mistaken, I have to look that up. I think, did he shoot his brother by accident? I know in the stars, the centaur is shooting an arrow and it killed the wolf. The wolf is like wolf is important to me. Beauty. And so is the centaur. In its rightful, Centaurs are also known, right, for being part animal, part man, which in the process of domestication, a wild animal is wild with its wild. So it's in its natural environment and state. When humans, right, when we start to domesticate other sentient beings and place them together and feed them different food, what we think they'll like, or, again, it's like, do you want to eat the same thing every day? So, and then when that, this goes deep, this goes into like, great. So then this goes into the changing of the being of our peoples, and we're in a different environment than we naturally vibrate in. Our body starts to, right? That's where it become, ow, werewolf of London, or King Kong, or, you take a mermaid out of water and bring it to a circus and feed it, I don't know, dog food. I'm not, again, this is like tricky, complicated. We an hour in. Oh my, I don't know if I should. I don't. They're so long all the time. My videos. I always want to make like a nice quick one. I'm like, I'd love to do those little quick ones everybody does and just pops on and does a little daily poop. It never happens that way over here. Cheap. Um. So should I stay? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble. Oh, if I stay, there will be double. Oh, come on, let me know. It's always take, take, take. Oh, Spirit talking out. Yo, Spirit talks to me through music. Vibrations. I mean, I joke, it's like run, run. I mean, I say get away from me because literally, like when I'm downloading fucking my info or whatever, again, I, with all due respect, I really respect that. Like, yeah, my energy right here, honesty, I'm gonna be dead ass honest, can be fucking like way intense and like, yo, so it's like take it as it resonates, right? Like I said. So I'm not going to force you. However, you're also, I will say, ain't no fucking, yeah, there's that oath, hold me or anybody, person, place, or thing up or back any longer from getting where we need to go either. Right? We don't mind helping it when someone in need, absolutely. Someone crying wolf and pretending and wearing a mask and pointing others in a omitting certain facts or information and then writing things down or making copies and sending things all over town into foreign cities and et cetera, et cetera. Y'all know I'm up for there. That's a little different. Yeah. The intention and the weight of that energy is different. It goes in a different direction. Even if you walk backwards in the footsteps that you traveled in to make it look like you didn't do a thing. As I went any like sneaky feeling, it's like, when you do something wrong, great. I do. If I've done something that doesn't feel good to myself, and sometimes it's like, what, I'm gonna have a drink, or what, I'm gonna freaking go out, I'm gonna spend money that I shouldn't spend, or I'm going to drive my car really fast, or I'm gonna go fucking party tonight, or again, I you know right, I'm gonna go get mad. Yeah, I'm gonna go get mad and fuck somebody else. I mean, you guys can get you get real, right. We as people, I guess, I really, like, can get really spiteful. Tricky. I don't get spiteful. I don't hold on to grudges, but I definitely also like, right. Say I've been around the block, and not meaning like, right. So, but I not that way. See that wording, that saying, that's a lot of virgins. Religion is that, I don't want to say the wrong. I'm not sure if it's Islam or don't come to, but I'm not trying to be rude. It's like I don't have all the knowledge. I don't have all the information. All I have information on is it's like when somebody slurs their words or uses a word or gets somebody's hopes was left in Pandora's box, guilt. So that's what, again, sorry, Uriel, me. Hello. And he is an awesome pilot, by the way. That name's always been around me. I love it. It makes me think of like rainbow sparkly stars and dragon and like, yeah, like just, yeah, I like, yeah, when I recognize energy, I mean, it just makes me happy. Like love, 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 soul family, love. I'm gonna cry. Anyhow, so grateful. The other day he brought up his little diagrams and drawings and was showing the different way that our eyes work, right? And how we see light, rainbows, depending on the angle that we're at and the reflection it's coming from. So see, those descriptions are so valid and motherfucking important because it's like otherwise we're all swimming around kind of lost, right? And if we don't have the proper direction, yeah, or we don't hear the, we're missing, right? Again, that fragmented part. Reminder, don't forget, remember, right? Like 911 when the towers, what's the saying with that? Fulfillment. We never forget. Deceit. So, slow down. I'm listening to Rosetta Stoned by Tool. Yeah, Neferet. Yeah, right, who's the wife of, might be the daughter of Nephthys and Set. I'm not sure. As I don't know. Neferet. You see the, so 38. So yeah, also it's important that we learn instincts. Like if you weren't around somebody that had some deception, wouldn't you not be able to, as I was talking about Uriel, that's pretty much what he was saying in his diagram, as the, like, in a sense, like his in a sense, innocence. Words. Bird is the word. That's why I really like, yeah, if you find me, think I'm insane in the membrane, I'm really just like, right, I've been in nursery school and a mom and study lots of different, I had been I've worked in florists, worked in some promotions and marketing and focus group. I love writing. I love music. I love writing. I have mad words. I need to be around high vibrational beings that want to make music and create and make gardens and, like, yeah, bring high vibrational, just, yeah, just be who we are. It's like, oh, kids want to play, kids want to go outside and plant some stuff. Kids, and see, before I said where I was supposed to pick stuff from the ground, I'll tell you, I grew up in the country also. I love the country. I love the city. I love the beach. I love the caves. I love the mountains. It's like, I love being on a boat. I love being in a tree. I love sitting on a rock in the grass. Starting to not mind bees. I've always been allergic to bees and the sun. and fresh pineapple and sulfa drugs, everyone. But that's why throughout time and space, we gain immunities. My top would get all burnt and my legs would stay all freaking ghostly white. I'm like, why do my legs never tan? But let me hit my leg on something. I used to bruise on my leg like, but I was like a tomboy. So also I love, yeah, riding my bike and like playing butts up with the guys, you know, where they throw the ball at your butt. I don't even remember the parentheses. So when like a lot of these terms of words get like turned into like, it's like, okay, ha 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 ha. But then also it's like that's not really what I meant. It's like in the butt, right? Yeah, on my butt cheek from getting a tennis ball thrown at it by like one of my best friend's older brother's baseball players that likes to pitch and can throw like a 60-mile-an-hour freaking ball. So, right, the terms and conditionings of words and phrases that are spelled with, right, alphabeta greca letters, right, can sometimes get misinterpreted into, yeah. And it's like, it's fine that like another story's written, but that, right, it's like, but keep digging because like the truth is funnier than the fiction, right? Butts up. Face down, ass up. So see, we can get nasty too. But yeah, originally we were just playing a silly game. Yeah. Just like the game War. I've said this before. I used to ask my dad to sit and play with me. I loved when my dad would loot. High Priestess of Fire. And backwards war spells. Ooh, ooh, baby, I like it raw. Right? Like El Natural. Not with a whole bunch of GMOs when it's like stripped and enriched. And it's like, dang, now you just got, it's like, I might as well eat this card. Oh, look, flat earth. Ah! Oh. I'm teasing and playing. Well, not really. Lots of different angles we come in from here. So I'm playing. Pick what resonates, let the rest, ow, disappear. I went rolling, my knee, rolling. My knee just rubbed against the side of my desk there. It sounded like I passed gas, but I did not. Well, that's okay either way. Again, oh, there. Grove. 21. So I do believe we might be done. Oh, High Priestess of Water. I love this song. Reflection tool. Alright. Oh, I just wanted to come out. Trapped. Raphaim. Oh. Alright, hold on a second. We gotta let the caged birds free, yeah? Including me. So, and sometimes we cage ourselves. It's like, right, you ever see like those old werewolf movies? He's like, you better put me in the freaking cell there. So again, those of us, or if you ever see, like I was watching yesterday, yeah, like here, you could summon energy or we can heal with it. So what can heal can also kill, right? Just like a snake. A snake can bite you, but then you need that snake's venom in order to, right, have the antidote. Same with, I think, a toad and frog. They have like that poisonous, right? So yeah, stuff like that. Let me know. I don't, my phone keeps saying that I don't have enough data. I don't know if they're trying to force us to 5G. Like it's like that push, which whatever. I just have an old iPhone 6, so, but it's choking all the time, a lot. I'm recording right now on an Android, which I'm extremely grateful for. However, I also think it's like, I just, it's like I automatically have always assumed I'm being like spied on. I've always known I've been being watched since I was little. It's like the double slit method, you can feel when there's something, right, in your waters. It's like a fish, right? There's some there. Like, yeah, humans. Fish don't think first before they feel you in their water, right? We feel you. Like Bruce Lee said, everything be like water. And everything is, right? First element on a periodic table. So spiritual and goofy and etc. as I am, and I play, I keyed. Yeah, it's really, really science. And I don't know, should we? Well, are we? They're saying shuffle some more. We got some messages coming. Oh, right in the lap. Huh. Self-love. Beautiful. Or fly away. Burden. Hey, you remember the movie Bug's Life? And they're like, they come, they eat, they leave. Unless that was Ant's, the Ant one. Bug's Life or Ant. I think it was Bug's Life. Hopper. Yeah. Hops around from, door to door. Oh, door to door. Sorry. A backdoor man. Changes. Changes. Remember in Titanic too? 29 to 11. Master number. Master. Master. Pacifiers. I don't need no nookie. It's a new day. Another 11. That's an 11 again. Master. Master. Where's the dreams that I've been after? They're here. Sacred space. Clean your space. I think I'm going to pop right back on after this and do like a meditation. We pulled this before too. Almonds. Pay attention to synchronicity. It's spirit talking to you, or source, reunion of souls. So we're at a little bit of a scary tipping point, guys, but it's like, it's exciting at the same time, right? What's this? Oh, teaching 14. And yeah, I'm gonna say like the Daddy Osiris thing. He could be real super scary. But then that's like Anubis at the same time, right? It's like my dad used to take me to haunted houses and yell at me, and he still does. And I barely talk to him, and I almost every time I still get yelled at. Like, oh, don't talk, don't move, don't breathe. Okay. So, but again, it's all good. I don't think that they've had permission for a long time to feel, right? Creativity. I get really happy when I see my dad sing, right, and be truly happy inside. There's a difference, when we have everything we want and we have to hold on to it and we're like, yeah, we're great, everything's fine. Yeah. It's like, whoa, holy constipated. Breathe. Right? Let's eat some like mana. Yeah. I light another candle. Let's experience some chi energy. Right? Not all about the prana, the shrimp, the bottom feeders. You know, eating bottom feeding shrimp stuff from the bottom of the ocean, like lobster, shrimp, snapper, wait, not tilapia, catfish, um, like the bottom feeders. This is my ball I'm sitting on. I'm not, I like, I roll around on it and it sounds like I'm passing gas. Anyway, if I did, I'd be like, oh. Anyhow, just to clarify, we don't want no rumors going around. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my, you know what? Oh, I got such a good one. You know what? It's gonna rain. It's a rainy, gray, cloudy day. Yo, things are in, just breathe, just breathe. And I'm gonna come back and just read because I got some awesome new freaking books. Yo, this candle, I just want to show you. Remember I said a long time ago it was like almost out. Are you able to see the Is this burning? I almost threw it out. An eternal flame. Yo, it's on here. I video, I'll have to post it up quick. Like, and just do it. I'm letting you know. So if you see this video, the other day I did a video and I was guided to put the title as GMDF Twin Flames Starseed something. And I don't generally do that. And as I'm saying that, look what time it is. Can you see? There's the light in your eye. See, sometimes light blinds us. 12:12. 144. So yeah, the other day, sorry, so weird that this isn't. Yeah, I bought candles, and the candles I got, after I put the twin flame video up, okay, they started burning down. They're all burnt. They burned all the way down now. And this one actually didn't do it, the white one, but the yellow one and the blue one, or was it the white one and the yellow one? And wait a minute, the third one kind of did it, but not like as pronounced or as the other two. But I took a video of the one. Yo, the freaking things, it double flamed. So both the candles turned into twin flames. I was like, what the fuck? I swear, I would never, and I have it on video. A lot of things I've got on video that I've gotten like, a lot of time when that happens, I'm aware too that like some things just aren't meant to be seen like that, like it's for your own, so that's where sometimes, respect, with great knowledge comes great power. So sometimes we see certain things or we do capture something on video or on film or etc. But it's not about posting it out there and putting it out there, right? So yeah, it's not like necessarily about hiding something either. It's just not, right? Some things are better left, for your personal like treasure. So sometimes if they get taken away, or even in like even in like technology wise, right? It's not necessarily because Like it's like you saw it, you're aware, so you know, right? So take that with you as you go, right? So that was super special that like Spirit has me looking in the camera saying this right now. So taking it. So right, take that as it resonates, because those are special jewels and keys that you've collected along the way, whatever that means to you, right? Oh, like we pulled the card before about omen. So whatever energy is special to you, like it could be like silly, like for me, look here, I'll just share a little something. Like I I collect rocks a lot. Rocks talk to me all the time. I love this rock. It's like a finger rock. It makes me think of a big giant finger. But it's also like a little cradle, and it's like this little like perfect like nestling place for your finger, and it's so smooth and like I I love it. It's like one of my favorites. You know, but certain rocks I've walked by and it's like I wouldn't just go pick them up and take them from where they lie, because their energy is there for a reason. So sometimes, right, something wants to say, right, come home with us. And sometimes we also have to leave it there. It's like, oh, right, it's a cute puppy, but we have to leave the animal where we found it, right? Or vegetable or flower or person or right person, place, or thing. We gotta leave it. You feel that feeling, the feeling that comes up within when it's like, nah, right? Like even though the walk sign says walk, it's like, oh, you feel something, and then you look, and here comes the car winging through. So it's like, oh goodness, thank goodness I didn't walk, even though it said walk. You could have been holding, right? Like, so we don't always have to pay attention to what we see in front of us. Sometimes we have to, right, use our other senses and our discernment. And look, I just am shuffling, and yeah, that just came flying out again. Death. The death card. But again, this is just, well, I'm gonna say this goes into a lot of different degrees and fashions, right? So some things are just right ending to begin. Other things are being completely cut the fuck out. Again, everybody's gotten their messages and what have you. So again, it's like a right, Hail Mary, in case sarah sarah, whatever will be. And we detach with love and practice forgiveness and just keep motherfucking swimming. Yeah. Don't look back, like Boston. If everybody knows, remember that band? That's a fucking awesome album. Don't Look Back. That's a good song. It's also, what is it? Orpheus or with Eurydice and Pluto, or hey, right? Let him go back up. Let him come rescue her from Tartarus or Hades or hell. Back, she's gonna fall back into right hell. And you're almost at the door. Right, like in the garden, it describes the apple. The apple's just anything, temptation, and sometimes we all fall for temptation. You're not supposed to be, oh, for art thou, how holy, holy, like, and be careful with that holy, holy, holy. The cherubims hang around all the holes. They run the labia, and I forget what else. I gotta look it up. But right, there's 360 or 365 demons that run the body, and then the 72 titans are within. Uriel. Thank you. I think you said it, or is it Jamal? Oh, now I forget. I love you all though. Fucking amazing cuties. And then we got like, right, these ones that are like, we love you too, but like, back up, boo boos. Sue, Sue, Isu, Au, Aoa. Queen of Swords is out today. Page of Pentacles coming your way. They'll give you breadcrumbs. Remember what happens to those breadcrumbs when the fucking father trails Hansel and Gretel into the forest? They drop breadcrumbs and then the dang birds eat them. So what did they get smarter and leave next time? Hangman. Which, just take a look at that too, right? See how his arms are and see how his leg is. He's kind of relaxing, which can be very frustrating, I will say too, because like, yeah, sometimes for it's like us as mom, it's like we're running around like a chicken with our head cut off, and they already are enlightened and have that knowledge, and they're like, and they really find it funny to watch us squabbling around like ding dongs, I will say. And then from my part, like as I'm saying it right now, because I'm getting down, it's like, yeah, whatever. And I say that all the time too. I go babbling and rambling around, and then I'm like, brick, 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 brick. And then it's like, oh, brother. It's like, you already knew, or they already, it's like, oh, whatever. And you let me just go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I just go back in my room. Or into my insides. I go back home into my house. I come out and I make a ruckus like this. The native soars. And then somebody, I guess, usually feels like that. Because it's about truth and justice for all. Thank you very much. So if something is imbalanced in the scales, right? Something's going on, mama, or right, or Big Daddy Grandpappy. Oh yeah, they gonna come out and right. And then if everything's okay, it's like ugh, right? Or if you're being too loud, it's like you had a party at the house, and it's like okay, good time to chill now. And we all love to party, but you know we could also be that parent that's like, yo, I need to get up for work tomorrow, and like, yo, and then we get cranky because it's like, well, I'm not getting to party tomorrow or all night right now because I got to work. But you're partying, and now you're interrupting my sleep, and then I'm going to be cranky at work. And I would like to be partying too, but I can't because I have to be responsible. And blah, blah. So then there's bitterness. So see, sometimes these boys just need to party. It's 12:22. That's all I wanted to really show you. But Mr. Do you feel that? Wow. I think let's listen to this, and then I'm gonna come back and I hope you can hear that music. I love this fucking song. This is Disturbed. Down with the sickness. What happened? Y'all trying to get vaccinated instead of like dealing with what you gotta fucking deal with? Hold on a second. Ain't no hiding no cards up your sleeves here. They try though. They try to be good. They try with those magic tricks still. It's such a good song for right now. Oh. Suddenly it changes. And we got the fucking wow. The chariot. That's sudden changes. And could be and King of Pentacles upside down. Come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You heard this song? I don't know if you can see me or not. Come on, get down with the sickness. See? Get up! Get up! We have to feel a little sick before we can get better. We have to look at ourselves and make ourselves sick with what we are and who we've become. So we can clear our shit out and move through it. But we have to acknowledge it. Little by little, we get there. Little bites. Right? been dealing with these changes. Oh, and like, where's my shirt say? I love that, Casey. Nowhere, USA. We all need to dance, exercise, eat good food, smoke good weed, or eat it if that's what you prefer. But that goes through your digestive system. It stays in you a lot longer. That's more for, I'll do some videos about like, yeah, marijuana and its sacred properties and how it comes from Canis Major and Canis Minor, the star system, which is from Isis, in order to soothe the children of Cain. So let's see. Vulgar displays of power is Disturbed we're listening to. Down with the sickness. Listen to it. Get some rah, energy in and out. Right, you gotta play. You hear what I say? I'm gonna get down with the sickness. I don't know. Should I still hear? I hope you can see me. I don't even know if I don't know. Hopefully you can see. What song we got next? Let's see. I don't know. Ticks and Leeches. Ticks and Leeches by Tool. If you here hanging out, I very much appreciate it. I'll say it again. Oh, please hit like and subscribe and share. Tybee Tribe. That's how we keep bouncing the algorithms around. Those with ears to hear will, and those with eyes to see, right? So when you have faith in that, that's the faith of the mustard seed. I don't need to put everything out all over the place and be like, come pay me and come do this. And I won't do that anyhow. But it's time definitely for, right? Spoke about change. Right? And you got to have change and you can't, right? Change has weight and it fluctuates. $1 bill, y'all. They all weigh the same. And they catch fire. Actually, they burn you though. Ooh, I never did that. I didn't even know that, but redemption. Let me see. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry I'm moving the camera around so much. Kind of getting antsy a little bit there. And these balls were made for bouncing. So, yeah. Cultivar. And backwards, that spells what? Lab. Lab. Lap it up. Laboratory. My bathroom. Now you gotta play with the words. How many versions do you want? And something virgin to my right being is new knowledge and information, right? A new set of keys, a new set of something, right? So that would be virgin to me. If you know everything, then I guess you must not have any virginity left in you. I don't know, right? So you be careful, right? What you believe weaving or believe in the middle of every, right, belief, that word that's spelled with letters, right, is L-I-E, a lie, right? So we're just becoming more aware to be more playful again, and like a nursery school kid, because we're all plants in the nursery. And the prime directive of the archons is always looking at you and me. They're like the watchers. I knew it, all over our dollar bills. Dead presidents to represent me, say what? But it's like, I don't know, again, like copy, like funny, I'm being able to, this is so cool. Like, okay, wait, hold on, they're giving me, there's a lot of different chitter chatters going on. Expectations from every nation. We all birth our own creation. But where did you come from? How do you get from 0 to 1? 0, it's like an egg, feminine. But before the egg pops up, and the 1, or masculine. So the egg is like infinite space, right? Like, I have my Ancient Flower of Life book here, and that actually, it's like, see, like but you go naturally into this meditation, right, into triple darkness. So where you close your eyes, get your name. Maybe I shall play that. So there's a Doors song, the Doors, the Doors, the Doors of Perception, and that word keep coming up a lot too, right? Perception, right? Angle, doors of perception, eyes are the windows to the soul, right? So, but these see an upside down view, as we all know, right? Receiving information into our brain, and then we spit it back out after we've, right, translated it in some manner or way. Right, we project it, comes out as a stream, or we see something in front of it. We're seeing the light spectrums and reflections of many right, light years. How it light years, it takes time and space for light and sound to travel and like fill up, right, and empty and fill it, alchemize, right? So like bam, tool just came in with big bang. That just all threw me off. Chaos. So yeah, Lucy, we got work to do. Sun card. It was upside down to me, but see, when I flipped it, it was forward to you. Perception. And then depending on our, right, point of view, the angle that we appear within the void of the universe, where we become the multiverse and the multi-earths, right? Oh boy, this is a lot. Welcome to metaphysics. Right? It's a little bit of everything all wrapped into one, but then we just allow it to like float away, right? And then we're one and done. Because right, to try to keep anything into a definitive label or position would be me forcing it to stay the same. So from my perspective of being, right, it's like mama wawa. So I recognize shit and see it for what it is, and then have to let it go. And then I hate to say I told you so. I hate those words a lot. I try to really not say them, honestly. That's why, like, as a mom, any mom's gonna drop hints to you, right? Like, hey, or hon, your shoes are on the floor, right? We're saying, can you please pick them up because we would like you to be responsible and not leave things, right, like in others' paths, right? That we see and notice. And we're trying to do it in a nice way, right? Which may be passive aggressively or manipulative in a certain kind of way, but we're doing it because we care and we want you to stay, right? Not because we want you to feel stupid and whatever. So now again, I guess there's a lot of different variables to any right principality. So the degrees, right, and volumes, right, the different colors, vibrations, and right varying. Oh, sorry, my head just. Lionsgate. The varying degrees of anything, right? So it's positive and negative, right? Left and right, yin yang. It's like woo, and then there's also all these different degrees. It's like it could go over here and then it can go over here. So it's like Saturn, Uranus. I'm always sitting on my ball while I'm doing these. It's so funny, cool. Yeah, I'm not good at sitting still, but this helps me. So at least I'm not like I'm in an awkward position all the time in here. So I hate to use the word hate, but I hate that fucking chair behind me. You hear a motorcycle? I'm like, I really don't like to use that word. It's so funny. In sync. So, right, the word love backwards could spell evil. And if somebody, or this way, look, if you're coming from this direction, all you're seeing is like, right, a line. Or, oh, look at that's like the Capricorn sign. Oh, shit, I never noticed that. Artsy fartsy, that's so fucking cool. I love it. Oh, well. Anyhow, you gotta play with everything. They do. And the more playful you are, right? Like in the Bible, it's like, right, come childlike. Kids, it's like rebellious. We're our goats, our Capricorn. We're like, I ain't listening. I'm skipping school. I'm gonna go smoke outside or whatever. I'm gonna go, cheat on whatever. Like, right, people, all different variables and variations and volumes. We've all like taken, right? So whatever part you are, right? Just it's like sometimes we forget too. It's like you gotta look back. But are you, am I still behaving in these behaviors? Absolutely. It's like I don't even think about it. Absolutely. It's like I gotta catch myself all the time. It's like, damn. Right? We always have to take a look and acknowledge self. We're not perfect, right? Did I misdirect my anger? Did something make me feel uncomfortable? And then I didn't know what to do with those thoughts and feelings. So, and then somebody called me or asked me to do something, and I was like, "Don't you see I'm busy?" Right? Have you ever done that? Sorry to point. Right? Or it's like you just finally, you haven't gone to the bathroom all day. You're like, if I don't go to the bathroom right now, I'm gonna explode. You've already made everybody food, and everybody's already, and it's like great. And now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So as soon as you go to the bathroom, what happens? I know all you mamas know. Either there's no toilet paper, or somebody coming knocking, or a ringing, or just straight up dumb freaking opens the door on you. My old house, we used to have a door on either side, this little bathroom. And so, like, either my German Shepherd, who I fucking love more than, his name was Aries. He didn't know everybody. So he'd be like, boom, like, I'm coming in, mom. It's like, okay. Never did I have a heck it, smidgen alone. Or right, or the kids or whoever, right? So or the the kid's father, whatever. Somebody always in the bathroom. It's like I learned to give up my freaking what do you call it? My graces or whatever. It's like, oh geez, you try to have some kind of privacy. It's like, oh whatever. Even when you try. Right. That's what happens. Ha ha. Ha ha. That made me think of actually remember Willow, Mad Mardigan, and Mad Mardigan was locked up in the cage on 5 again of swords. It's okay. It's okay. We want to give love to this energy, right? If you get lost in the woods or you feel like you're alone, you can just feel like all you can do is fight, right? And when we don't know how to express ourselves or we're afraid, it's like an animal again, where, and then something, tries to pet us or and we're like, right? We are the world. So in those moments when we feel like this, we're battling ourselves within. It's important, like, where was the other card? Well, self-love, right? And sacred energy. I know I pulled it before. Creativity, teaching, emotional release. Yeah, right? Time and space for processing. That's what's necessary to get through the words. All I'm saying. Breaking down what comes to you naturally and what's for you is for you. It's gravity and magnetism. So right, things come and go and float in and float out, right? Everything's in motion at all times. Everything's right within the currents of air, of water. Water a current, electricity is a current, money is a currency, right? And it's actually made with pharaoh fluid, right? The pharaoh from Egypt, right? He who holds the gold, woo. As like, and that's also right, father of materialism, say Saturn, right? Father of physicality, that's right. Let's see, go Aries, Capricorn, and which is different than right, like say right, mind, spirit, ether, right, etheric body, right? So it's like Jack and Sally from Nightmare on Before Christmas, and Jack wants to be the king of Halloween Town too, right? He wants some of that pie too. And why can't he be? So sometimes we like to change places because it'd be boring to just always do the same thing, eat the same thing all the time, right? And again, different levels, variations, and varieties of all such natures. Ancient wisdom. I hope you could see with this. I don't even know how the camera's pointing at me. Is what it is. So yeah. We're on to the next current. Because all I was just saying just got, but healing energy keeps coming out. It's like the 4th time I pulled this now from this deck, just like in this reading. It's 12:44. Shut that door. Integration. So healing energy and integration. What's this one? The eye of the mind. Divine time and divine time. The time is always now. Transformation. And going from a caterpillar to a butterfly is no easy task, right? And just because a caterpillar turns into a butterfly doesn't forget it was a caterpillar first, right? And if you're still a caterpillar, isn't that okay too? Isn't it exciting to know that you're going to become a butterfly? Growing, right? Everything has its season and its time. Even if people all get pregnant at the same time, everyone's going to give birth at a different time. And each separate being is going to have its own specific natal chart and right entrance into this physical realm. So, right, and then your moon sign is how you enter inside, how you weigh in here, which is above the gut, true north, and and going into the dark, into the deep, dark, and knowing you're cradled. See, by the, I mean, I don't know, I said see. See? What's this? I'm going to show you first. What's it say? What's it say? I can't see you. I have my phone flipped around. I'm looking at the back of you, talking to the hand. Unicorny. Oh, yeah, we have to absolutely address this here. Sexual energy. Okay, so sexual energy is right, sacred energy exchange. So right now we're having, yeah, as I said that, now that little tea light candle, yeah, just poofed out. Well, the smoke just dissipated. Yeah. Oh, now I totally messed you up. Now I don't know what I just did, but anyway. These little, just, as I said, sexual energy. Something with the tea. The tea light. This thing wouldn't go out. I was like, I couldn't put it in the garbage because it was still like ambering. Sexual energy, 25. Also, unicorn, universe, right? So there's a lot of different stuff going on, or like different beings that have like offered, right? New beginnings and sacred space, or they were like, um, butterfly. And this has come up a few times today as well. So clear your space, know that you are sacred, sacred energy exchange is the acronym for sex, but also sexual energy is masculine and Mars and the drive. And so, right, it's like the Milky Way that comes from the stars. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, again, and then, right, there's a lot of different, say, root races, as I'm looking at my box of roasted dandelion root tea. Stripping illusions, 27. Because there's gonna like yeah, there's a lot of vulgar truths that you'll, if you want to call them vulgar, raw vulgar truths. There's a lot of things I have to look at that are, right, say vulgar, I may not like. So again, time and space for processing, and after some time and space goes by, right, I'm able to at least look at something and then gain more awareness and see how I actually feel about it, and right, start to alchemize that energy. So we're alchemizing polar opposites of different natures of ourselves and other beings that have had to carry, right, different parts of such natures and energies. If that made sense. So that's why it's like principalities, not people, because it's like if there's a, again, right, like this or if this is like a snowflake, there's all these spokes coming out from the one wheel. So from the center of that flame, right, there's all these, and then reflections and like, right, so you know, right, kind of complicated. Like I have a tattoo on my side that says simply difficult. And I'm so joy and pain. Speaking of tattoos, 44 home. Grateful for my buddy Josh and my buddy Craig that my buddy Craig a long time ago. I like all my tattoos mean something special and they all happened at a specific time in life when, who knows until right hindsight you look back and it's like, oh, it's so funny I got that and or whatever, and then so again, like right, being all marked. Everybody's marked in different ways or what have you. So right, different things will right pop up out of the abyss. That's how we raise the dead part of it. Um off with their heads. I'm just kidding. Mama had a baby and its head popped off. Why'd that just come out? Anyway, holy jeez. I mean, it's just that scene with the flower. And I love my Daisy girl. Whatever I go near her little pretty little head. Omens again, too. All right. Roman. All roads lead to Rome. Keep on roaming until you find your way home. So again, I play an IT's lot because like, yeah, spirit uses me to like really fuck with shit. Really tweak shit up. And then I'm like, why you have me say or do that? I don't even know what I just said or did. And I don't have a lot of knowledge of you know, for a lot of like say historical events and stuff. So I'm really bumbling around like a freaking blind, Marco Polo hitting a pinata, trying to hit a pinata that somebody keeps moving. So if I have hit you mistakenly, it's one of my big brothers playing a trick on you and me. Meh. Sibling rivalry, you know how that goes. So that also goes into like who made the gods or who made man and blah blah blah, but right? It's like reflections of one another. So it's like, oh yeah, but also having to experience like right different feelings, decisions that each other go through and experience right on so many different levels. And right to say like, oh, I don't care about that one. It's like, no, wait, hold on. I always love the Island of Misfit Toys and I always pick up underdogs. So it's like, wait a second, I don't want anything to get left behind or stuck under a rock that, right, a seed that has potential to grow. I also don't want to move it if it's supposed to stay there in order to do so, right? Respectfully so. Yeah. It's like, so when people don't have awareness of what they're doing and then other people are like buying, selling or like eggs and making all these other like other stuff and all that. It's like I very much love all life, but then again, it's like at the same time, there's a lot of things that are being done for instant gratification and temporary moments of right elevation and exhilaration. So that's great, but right, it's a difference between right when we're experiencing a high. And that could be like, right, there's a thing with musicians or comedians that are known for like depression, right? It's like they're at such high, and then you have the crowd and like all this elevation, right? Or anyone that's in right sports or what have you. When you have the right, how is it different, right? They look at the Olympics without the crowd. You don't have the vibration, the sound, all the people, the resources, right? So when that's not there, but also when other people are depending on other people to perform and other people to show up and pay, well, isn't that using two things constantly? That it's like constant grabbing, and then also waiting. It's like, wait, hold on a second. Right? J. Matthews' song, Too Much, the disease of more, which we can all have that and be little fucking whores. Yeah. It's like if everything got, then you gotta rate, but don't go selling yourself. Why do you have to do that? Ah, that's why I said all day that slow down. slow down. Remember that song? Was that Grand Nubian? Brand Nubian? I said grand. Brand Nubian. New beings, right? Nubians. The Nubians were new beings that, right? That's like, I think, gold, copper, right? You guys like the beauty metals. Like, don't be letting people call you colors that are irrelevant. Black and white aren't even colors. It's a positive and a negative, and it's like blah, 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 right? We all rainbow, and we all positive and negative, and chicker checkered and pixelated and foggy and all that, right? Don't get all caught up in what you think your bloodline, nationality, whatever is. It's just different elementals, right? Of you, and your own beauty, your own individual, right? Per sun, PER one. Each sun is a star. You have your own natal chart, your own star systems, your own. You are a star. So you have your own specific, right, natal from your, right, solar plexus to your way higher, your divine supreme being up there, conscious, right? So, traveling in the dark in order to find your specific roots, star systems, right? Planetary kingdom, minerals that you're feeling nauseous. Parasites don't like it when we discuss these things, but it's okay because it's like when you stop drinking, you get uncomfortable when you stop drinking, and you still feel like you want to drink, or you still sometimes do anyway. And you're like, because the body is still addicted. The body's physically addicted to alcohol. It's one of the most worst, well, one of the worst demons ever. The hardest thing to recover from. It could kill you, right, along with the benzos. So there's certain specific things that, right, and death again is only so sometimes people just need to be put in an incubator, so to speak, or say the ground, or in light baths or light bodies, or right, a tanning bed. You gotta give things time, and a lot of time that electricity will come back because Mother Earth and Father Spirit and all that, right, and Father Sky work together with you and I, with the universe. So, and then, right, so there's a lot of different things that have, right, occurred or that we've experienced in order to, right, gather, pick up, hunt, make sure we haven't left anything behind. Like the Council of Nine and the Galactic Federation, although they kind of travel around in the outer parts, right, outer banks. So different. That's atmospheric, like NOAA, National Atmospheric Oceanic System, whatever, right? So it's like out in the waters. What go up must come down, and all is recycled round and round, bubbles. So different than plant, right? That's growing up through the earth, right? Which is magnetic and star and meteor, all these different part, right? Our solar system is made up of all these different, right, planets, and right. So the earth itself, Gaia, is a living, breathing planet, right? That's been growing for a long time. That we're all really lucky to be, right, part of all of this. And that's different system, right? Like the gut has a different system than the physical body, right? What else is the different systems? There's so many. How many different systems do we have in the body? I don't know. Is it 14? There's 14 meridians, I think, right? I have to look that up. So, because I'm not going to talk shit that I don't fucking know. So, but I don't know. Yeah, how many systems? Anybody knows? Like, see, this is why we all got to connect. But yes, I can look up. But then I'm gonna go down lots of rabbit holes and get lost. So I'll make a video about that. But how many things have I spoken of in this video? So I won't remember. Unless maybe now that I'm saying I won't remember, that means I will. So, because that's like, Murphy's Law, and that still operates and is functionable. So, anyway, it's like you say, and that's kind of like, well, if you go to do something for self-gaining purpose, it's like it won't happen. But it's like if I gave somebody $5 and was like, you should buy a lotto ticket, or I bought them one, they'd probably win. But if I went to go play, it's like, you know. So that's kind of like Murphy's Law, or it's funny, like that commercial, my TV, my Cabal box, my Sam song, Cabal box, Optimum. It's so funny. It just, well, the fuse blew in this room the other day, and then it turned it back on, and for some reason, just the cable box still has not had no power to it. And I'm like, I don't really care because I never watch TV, unless I'm hanging out with with Uncle Papa Joe, or or I walk out to get a cup of coffee, and like in the lobby the news is on. Otherwise, I really don't watch TV. I'm like on YouTube. I put my, what I'd like to see on, or I have music on, or 101. I've been on here a long time now. And funny, right? We did half without me up in the camera, and then they had me put the other half on me, and I have no idea what I look like or whatever, and nor do I really give a bleep. But yeah. Oh, so yeah, and then I'm gonna depart because I do need to. I could put music on for you. No, I'm gonna depart because it's been like a long time, right? Unlimited possibilities. I like that. Stripping illusions. Yeah, I gotta sit up. I gotta walk around a little bit, get out of this position. And do I have that? I do right here, huh? Let's like read that sexual energy card, because that's important. And listen, like that's again masculine energy. So I mean, I'll apologize, say if I've offended anyone or anything, right? It's always good to ask for forgiveness, and it's like, please forgive me, I forgive you, right? And it's important we communicate so that we don't keep missing the mark, right? But I also have faith. It's like, yeah, it just is what it is until it isn't, right? So, and then we'll see what what's there. Yeah, I don't, yeah, to try to, but it's important too, because a lot of beings, again, right, one of the first steps, again, I'll say, I'm going to bring AA up again, because Algol is a star system, and absolutely the whole United States of America, right, we the people are all affected by Algol, because that's the Saturn, the blinking star. Look it up, right? And why do you call spirits liquor, right? Or war. They're gonna love me for this one. I love you all. Relax, warlocks. Lock. They lock and key sometimes. So again, sometimes though, it's just to protect you and me, right? So that's why I said they're gonna love me. But sometimes it's sneaky motherfucking weasels. So, again, discernment. Or sometimes, somebody's in a New York state of mind, an okay state of mind. And sometimes it's like, oh, we're drunk, or it's like they're fucked up right now. So right now ain't a good time to be, messing with me or messing with them. It's like they ain't in there. They're cranky, or they got something going on, or they're fucked up. Like, right? That's why, right? Don't drive drunk, but everybody's drunk and everybody's codependent, is what I'm saying. So, right? And like, porn, P-O, and R-N. So P-O box that said to Osiris, "Bet you can't get in this box, eh?" How many boxes are there? Right, so the terms of words, right, I'm speaking into a rectangular box that has a circular dot with an eye, and I'm speaking between universes, you and I, versing, and I don't even know who you are watching me, right? But I'm just letting it go and letting it be, right? And who knows when and if or anyone will even see on this, anyhow, right? Tee hee hee, right? The tail of Piglet and the Tao of Pooh. Um, so and right, so many. A woman in a shoe had so many children, she didn't know what to do. We had to divvy this up. We need some help here. Right. And I think too, maybe that has to go to a human having to stop, like, whoa, chill. Right? Everybody got it, like, right, like take a step back and relax a little, and right. Because if we're coming from fear and feeling of lack, anxiety, excuse me, my nose is then no bubbles, right? And when we sneeze, we say achoo. Is that like Yeshua, 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 right? Yeshua, just kidding. Yeshua, right? Yeshua. Because right, different. So now, different angles and systems. Okay, coming back to the systems that we come in from, or entering into, or recognizing, or seeing for the first time. Right? It's like the M&M commercial with the Santa Claus, and he's like, "They do exist," and the M&Ms are like, "Oh, he does exist," and they all, right. So little by little, chicken little. Because we can all feel like the sky's falling. Look, everybody's like, the V word. Go get a shot, or have a shot. Or, right? Take a shot. Hey, go get up in that box. We call these a box too, don't we, pervert? I mean, not to call anybody a pervert, but, we got lots of music boxes, no? That play tunes, right? Like St. Francis said, "Let me be an instrument of thy peace." Right? But we can also, there's all different vibrations. The rooster. Rooster! Alice in Chains. I love that song. Oh. Here comes the rooster. Foghorn Leghorn. I say. And algorithm wise too, right? I've barely been on here in a long time. They keep me like at most. But again, I don't, it is what it is. I don't, it's like, if it's supposed to be out like that, then it would be. And when it needs to be, it will be. And who needs to see it will. And I just do what I need to do and keep swimming, right? Still. I can't keep worrying about like the politics, or where somebody wants to Agrippa hang on, right? To my tongue, ta-dong. I'll just let it go and kick you in the face with my foot, because I can't swim with you hanging onto my leg, That ain't fair to anybody. Or to sneak into somebody else's, energy and steal it and take it and then charge others for it. So homework, look up the star system, Algol. And it's okay, again, like warlock or whatever, just different perceptions of space and time. So, Just see what you happen to find. If that vibration feels right for you to look into. And if not, then, 110. All right, I'm going to read. I should do a whole separate one. I'm going to read this and I'm going to do a whole nother video on like, right, sacred energy, sexual energy, right? There's like tantra, sensuality, right? Erotica, right? How many different levels are there of, right? Just agape, right? It's just like love is just love, right? I just want to see good for you and I could cuddle with you and I just totally love you and I would never think anything of like, right? And that's a lot where it's like, again, unless this is a good vibration with me, it's like, yeah. So for me, especially because we're like older ancient, I think that's why too, because we're older ancient souls. So it's not like an offensive thing, like, oh, we don't find you attractive or want to not want to, but it's like, yeah, but that's like being attracted to our little, it's like, no, that shit ain't right. So we can't look at a lot of you that way. That shit wouldn't be right. It's like, do you see what I'm saying? So when you just assume everybody's like all the same, it's like, no, motherfuckers, we ain't all the same. Stop comparing apples and oranges and lemons and then, right, like sea moss. It's like, whoa, hold on a second. You're talking about way different properties, way different organisms and states of, right? Like, so vibrations. How many different dogs are there? Just not, right? And dogs are man bred, right? So it's 111 now. How many different breeds, right? We call them dogs, but they all eat different. They all need different, right? Same with plants. They all need different amounts of sunlight, water, shade, climate, environment to grow in their utmost natural vibration and bear high vibrational fruit that we of those same vibrational environments are able to then vibrate with and eat right from source. So why do we need all this? And I'm not saying like, oh, get rid of everything. No, 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 no. However, when everything's just instant gratification, instant like, well, now everything's getting stripped of what its natural essence is. It's missing all of its minerals because there's so many shortcuts, right? Everybody wants to use cheat codes and go to the warp zone and what have you, right? So when stuff like that's going on, we're missing pieces, again, fragmented. I think I have to help. So I'm going to have to cut this. I'm going to come back though, and I'm going to read about this. So tune back in. So now I'm going to do a whole thing about sacred, like I just said, because I think that's important to talk about, and it could be something uncomfortable, but everybody wants to feel sexy. Everybody wants to feel loved. People don't want to feel betrayed. And at the same time, people want to feel, right, the right to be who they are without having to be, Stepford wife or, Westworld or somebody else's doll or something, right? So there's a lot of different vibrations and shit going on here. That really needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna address it. So we're gonna get into that in the next. I'm gonna leave this out so I don't forget, and I'm gonna go take care of Uncle Papa Joe because I think we have a delivery of oxygen tanks, right? Aluminum tanks of gin of the air. Handle with care. Oh, it's important, right? And actually, let me talk about that too. That's the cephalopod bean. So them coming up from like deep waters, it's slow, right? Because if anybody's seen the movie The Abyss a long time ago, coffee went, yeah, see, I gotta go. Anyhow, hello? Yeah. I thank thee, I thank thee. So yeah, like I said, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Bo-bo-de-o-bo. So on that note, yeah, I have to go meet a delivery dude with oxygen tanks. But I will leave you with much, much love and many blessings. And you know, the only thing you can do is be you. So you know who you are and what you got to do. Yeah. Till next time. Please hit like and subscribe and share and hit the bell and be well. Just keep swimming. Mwah. One love.